Kevin Harvick holds off Denny Hamlin, and he finally wins in 2019. It only took him, I don't know how many races it's been, 20 or something. But, man, he hasn't won for a while. He hasn't won since Texas last fall. And technically that win didn't count because it was encumbered, taken away, whatever. If it was this year, he wouldn't even have the win, so I don't even count it as a win. So, oh, God. What was his last one before that? I don't know. It's been a while since he's won, though. So, yeah. Kevin Harvick finally won. And he did it in a stylish fashion. He had to hold off Denny Hamlin. Hamlin was charging. Then Hamlin overshot the entry to a corner, so he extended the lead a little bit. Lap traffic played in as a factor as Hamlin was able to close the gap going into turns 1 and 2. Hamlin puts the bumper into the back of Harvick, moves him up the racetrack, doesn't move him up the racetrack enough. They're able to go side by side again. Harvick clears him. Hamlin tries to go to the outside to pass him. If I was Hamlin, I would have put the bumper to him again just a little bit more that time, but, that's just me. In his post-race interview, Hamlin did say that he wanted to move him up out of the group, but he did not want to screw up his whole day, a.k.a. wreck him. So, a classy move by Denny Hamlin to not wreck him, but, man, I thought Hamlin was going to get him. I was kind of hoping Hamlin would get him there, but he wasn't able to. But, man, Denny Hamlin with a really good shot there, but Harvick did a really good job exiting turn 4, just kind of shutting the door on Hamlin. Hamlin was trying to do that little diamond, and he was coming back, and Harvick was like, no, kind of pushed him out of the way a little bit. So really good racing. They both had respect for each other after the race. Denny said it was fun. He enjoyed it. Said he would have done the same thing if he was in Harvick's position. Harvick saying he had fun. He said he was expecting it because, he did it last year, first of all. And second of all, obviously, because of the distance that was there, it's hard to pass just straight up at New Hampshire. So you're going to have to use the bumper. So it was a really good finish. It was actually a pretty dang good race. You had some action. You had Kyle Larson spinning on a restart. You had crazy restarts as usual, but you had actual passing at New Hampshire, which was nice to see. The outside-ish line of what they ran was probably the preferred line. Restarts, the outside would always prevail. The inside line sucked on restarts, so if you were on the inside, it was bad. But there was not a lot of times that it worked, so I can't even defend the inside line. But overall, pretty good race. Points were affected this whole race. Guys on the bubble, Jimmy Johnson, he was running for stage points. Then Almirola brake checked the field. We'll talk about that later. And Johnson hit him. They don't know if it was caused from the contact with the car in front of him, but Johnson ended up losing water pressure, losing power steering, and he ended up finishing 13 laps down 30th. Ryan Newman thought he had a cylinder down, and that was going to screw his day, but it ended up being something minor that was easy to fix, and he ends up, I think he got like 15th or something. No, he got 7th. He got 7th. Wow, I was wrong. But so he ends up recovering. Kyle Larson, he wrecked today twice. So rough day for him points-wise. Eric Jones gets 3rd. Very good points day for him. So points are starting to get important here with about, 5 races until the playoffs. That could be a wrong count. Pocono, Watkins Glen, Michigan, Bristol, Darlington. 6 races. Okay, 6 races. I thought it was really off. I wasn't that far off. Okay, don't get salty, but very good finish there. That's basically. We'll just go through the finishing results. If there's something to talk about, we'll talk about it. That's what I always do, so let's just keep the streak going. Kevin Harvick wins, gets his first win of the season. Stewart Haas Racing's first win this year. At this point last year, they had 8 wins last year after this race. This year, 1 win. So Harvick, he had 6 wins at this point last year. The team had 8. This year, he has 1 and the team has 1. So he's still running well in points, but he finally gets a win to lock himself in the playoffs and gets 5 playoff points from that. Denny Hamlin finishes second. He would have loved those 5 playoff points. He also would have loved some more points to the position he's in, battling for 3rd in points. You get playoff points based on your top 10 in the regular season standings if you finish there, so he would have loved it. But he led the second most laps, 113 laps. So, yeah. Something else I didn't know. NBC said that Toyota has led 86% of the laps at New Hampshire. I don't know when it was since, but Toyota's dominated here. Eric Jones finishes 3rd in a much-needed points day. He finished 2nd in one of the stages, I believe, maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong there, but He had a pretty solid points day. He ends up finishing third. He had some issues, speeding penalty, contact on pit road. He just had a rough day. He made a rival out of Ricky Stenhouse Jr., made some slight contact. Stenhouse blew a tire, hit the wall, it ended his day. Stenhouse is not happy about it, so if it comes down to it, Stenhouse might retaliate. So that is a problem Eric Jones needs to be watching out for. And God, Stenhouse, if he causes an intentional wreck, I don't even know what NASCAR fans are going to do. But woo! It's going to be crazy. Ryan Blaney finishes fourth. Really good day for him. I picked him in that little NBC predictor app to win the race. But he had a really fast car. Really good day for him and that 12 team. They obviously wish they could have ended up with a win there. But obviously they were a little too far back. But a really good points day for them. They obviously want to win to get themselves some playoff points. They have 2 or 3 right now from stage wins. But they obviously want that. Second career top 5 for Matt DiBenedetto. Really good day for him. I talked about him in the pre-race prediction show or whatever you want to call it. But he had a fast car this weekend. Fast in practice, fast in qualifying. Ends up getting a top 5 on the day. Really good day for him. They needed that finish. 6th place, Martin Truex Jr. He was my race pick. He was in a wreck early, or stage 2, the end of stage 2, I guess, with Clint Boyer. He was not happy at all. Ends up rallying back for a 6th place finish. We talked about Ryan Newman. He finished 7th after that potential cylinder down that wasn't. I think he was just pranking us, trying to lower our expectations, and then bam, hit us with a surprise. 8th place, Kyle Busch. He led 118 laps. He won stage 1. Really good day for him. He got a playoff point, but 8th place after leading the most laps. With Kyle Busch, that doesn't sit well, so I feel bad for whoever has to interview him. He also had a couple issues today. 9th, Joey Logano. He led 1 lap according to NASCAR's app. I don't remember that 1 lap, but I believe it. 10th, Brad Keselowski started on pole. He didn't lead a ton of laps. He didn't run. He ran up front, but ends up getting a 10th place finish. Not bad. Good points. 33 points on the day. 11th, Eric Almirola got his first stage win of the year in kind of a controversial fashion. What was it? 2 or 3 to go in stage 2. He's leading on the outside line, and you can see, like, there's no question about it. Go watch the replay at home. Like, Almirola and this dude, whoever was to his inside, they're just going kind of thing. And Almirola, you think he jumped. No, he stops, which forces him to stop. And as he's stopping, he's going. And, you know, Byron's behind him, Johnson's behind him. They all stack up. They all start hitting bumpers. It ends up, we think, screwing up Jimmy Johnson's day. And he's in a tight point situation. Almirola got the stage win, but that was kind of crappy. And he only got a warning. What's a warning going to do for a restart? I don't know. That's kind of crap in my opinion, but whatever. 12th, William Byron in a backup car. Nice. 13th, Paul Menard. Good run for him. In the Xfinity race, he kind of caused some controversy, but all right. 14th, and Jimmy Johnson's backup car. Jimmy Johnson probably wished he had this car after his little crap fest. Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman, if you remember, blew out the drive shaft in qualifying. Wrecked his backup in practice. Today, clean race, except for on pit road. One time he made contact with Jones. Other than that, pretty solid day. He ran in the top 10 a little bit. They said they'd be happy with the top 15 in a third car, especially one that's not theirs. So, not a bad day for Alex Bowman. Team had to stay up extra late, obviously, not painting, but putting the wrap on the car, adjusting the seat. They said they couldn't change the pedals out, which is a little thing that they couldn't do. I don't know why, but they couldn't. So he was on Jimmy Johnson's pedals. 15th, Chris Buescher, another solid run for him. Man, he's been doing well this year. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get a big ride if a big ride opens up. 16th, Ty Dillon. 17th, Michael McDowell. Good runs for those two guys. 18th, Kurt Busch won the race last week. It's not a good race for him. He is now wanting playoff points. 19th, Daniel Suarez. 20th, Clint Boyer. Stewart, Haas, other than Harvick. And Almirola, crap day. Suarez was able to get a point at the end of stage 1. That's about it. He spun out. He actually ended Daniel Hemrick's day. And then Boyer, obviously, in that wreck with Truex, got the worst of it. Finishes 20th. 21st, Ryan Preece. 22nd, Bubba Wallace. 23rd, Corey LaJoy. 24th, Matt Tiff. 25th, I can't even count. Ross Chastain, 26th, Landon Castle and Starcom Racing. Go Starcom, or whatever they say. 27th, Reed Sorensen. 28th, Andy Seuss, as in Dr. Seuss, I guess. 29th, Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott had a water cooler issue, or he lost water pressure. He went 11 laps down. Day over. Same thing for Jimmy Johnson. Water pressure issues, power steering issues. Went 13 laps down, finished 30th. So a rough day for the Hendrick cars. Yeah, that just bad day for Chevy in general. Hendrick cars were bad. Ganassi cars, one of them wrecked. Just bad day for Chevy. Bad day for Chevy. As 29th through 37th, only 2 of those positions were non-Chevy. Rough day for Chevy after their 3-win streak. 31st, Quinn Hoff. 32nd, Austin Dillon. He blew a tire early in the race. Blew a tire again and went like 30 laps down because he went to repair it in the garage, which I didn't know was legal, but it is, so okay. 33rd, Kyle Larson. He wrecked once, and then he blew a tire and wrecked again, and it resulted in a crap day for him. 34th, David Reagan. 35th, oh, God. How do you pronounce this? Austin Theriault. Someone help me. 36th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He blew that tire. 37th, Daniel Hemrick was involved in that incident with Daniel Suarez. So, pretty solid racing. Had side-by-side. You had a great finish with Hamlin and Harvick. Had a couple incidences. You had some tempers between Stenhouse and Jones. I don't know if Jones said anything back to Stenhouse, but Stenhouse said something about Jones. We'll see how Jones responds to it. If Stenhouse does, in fact, retaliate, we could have ourselves a storyline going into the playoffs. If Stenhouse is to win and make the playoffs and they're both in the playoffs, I don't know, but we could have a storyline. So, conflict. Always fun in NASCAR, but great finish. Pretty solid race. Conflict. That's a solid NASCAR race right there. I mean, seriously, that's just NASCAR right there. Everyone really hates New Hampshire, hates on it, but I thought for a New Hampshire race, it was a good race. Next week, Pocono, another track the fans hate. I hope that does better. It did kind of suck the first race this year, but hopefully it does better. We got to stay positive, people. Stay positive for the sport. That's how it grows, people. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, leave it a big fat like. If you want to subscribe, you know what to do.